Well, hello stamping friends. So today we're going to make this little bag. It's made with the Mega Suite called Flowering Cactus. Anyway, so we'll start by preparing the ribbon. You received in your kit this ribbon with the silver sides, and you can choose not to color it, but I've decided, like, I've done it with Pear Pizzazz here, but I think today I'm going to do it in a different color. I'll do it with the Calypso Coral, which is another coordinating color that goes with this mega stamp set. So you can either do it in Mossy Meadow, Calypso Coral, Highland Heather, or as I'm going to do today, Calypso Coral. Oh, and I think I forgot to say that it was also Pear Pizzazz. So what you do is you open up your marker. I always open it on the big tip. So I put it on a piece of paper so that I don't ruin underneath. So I just color it. It seems like it's going on really, really dark right now, but as it dries, it will be pale, not as dark, maybe a little bit paler. So it doesn't take too long to dry, but I figure we'll do that because it's the last thing we're going to do on this bag. But I figured by the time we're ready to use it, it'll be nice and dry and we'll be able to manipulate it without getting all our fingers full of ink. So there we go. So that's done. We don't need to do it on the both sides. It goes right through the second side. So now we're going to put it aside and wait for it to dry. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to prepare the little decoration to put on your bag. So it starts with a little piece of Mossy Meadow and crumb cake that I've used, one of the embossing. It comes in with the kit. It comes in with the with the kit. So it's like a die, but it doesn't really cut. It just does like some embossing. So I'm going to put some glue behind here and just a little bit, and we'll put on the Mossy Meadow piece, making sure that it's got a little edge on all around. It's about even. So it's nice to use the glue because you can sort of like move it around. It's pretty hard to try to do that far for me. Okay, so, and the next thing we're going to do is, I call it the pickle cactus. So we're going to put some glue on this cactus. I just put a little bit. We'll put it down on the one side. And then we'll use the other cactus, this one here. Some of you have different colors. Some of you have some orange. Some of you have some purple. It doesn't really matter, but this one I'm going to put dimensionals on it and just maybe put it a little bit on the side here like this. But I will put the dimensionals behind. So I'll put one up here, one over here, and maybe one down below. Make sure it's fairly solid. Remove the backs and put it down. I mean, you can put it whichever way you want. Like, I mean, on this one, you know, I overlapped it. I put it more on the one side, so it doesn't really matter. It's always going to look good. And then this little sentiment, you can put whatever you want, whatever sentiment. I mean, if you have the cactus stamp set, you can put the same sentiment I did. Happy looks good on you, but you can put whatever sentiment you want. So I'm going to stamp this with my the Mossy Meadow. Or maybe I should do it with, actually, no, I think I prefer Mossy Meadow. Mossy Meadow. So, and this little strip, what I did is I took it from the stamp, it's called the rectangular postage stamp. So what I did is I cut out a white and I just cut it. I just left like two little grooves, and that was what I used. Okay, so put this down. Hopefully I'll have it right because my phone is like right there. I think I just bumped it. Sorry. maybe you'll be able to see the top of my head, but there we go. Oh, it's a little bit too much on the side, so it's a good thing I have another one. I knew I was going to make a boo-boo because, you know, it's, of course, my phone is like right over top of me, so I'll have to gauge it better this time. There, I think that'll be better. There we go. So happy looks good on you. And I think I put it like this way, so I think I'm just going to put a small dimensional here, just a little tiny dimensional on this side where the U is, and put a little glue in the middle. That's what's going to be stuck on the cactus. So there we go. Now we just need to embellish that, and now in your kit you've got some little flowers. So the best way to glue these is with glue. I tried it with glue dots, and you know, I was finding them everywhere. They just fall off eventually, but with this glue, they stay on pretty well. So when you put them on, make sure that you put them on the right side, because there's one side that's kind of messy, and one side is better. So here you go. Oops. Leave it. Press on it for a bit until it glues a little bit. It will dry eventually. Maybe I should put it right on the cactus. And here's another one. Okay, whoops. So it will dry in a few minutes. So while it's, what we'll do is now we're going to get the bag ready. I'm going to put glue or maybe prop it up on dimensionals when I put it on the bag, but I'll put it on the side so give the chance for the flowers to dry. All right, the bag. Okay, so in your kit you've got 2 pieces of design DSP from the Cactus Medley. I've already scored them for you, so if you notice I scored them, like, make sure you have to know which way your paper is going. So I mean, if you look at the design here, okay, the cactus is like the top part is this way, not by the bottom, so I want to make sure that this is the part where I'm going to fold. See, like if you look at here, you know, the top part, so that cactuses are all facing up, and so are the flowers. I mean, you don't want it to be like this, because they are both scored on 1 inch. Okay, so you don't want the flowers to be upside down. So this piece here is going to be folded inside, and this one's going to be folded on the outside. Actually, it's just to help you find where you're going to be cutting. Okay, so again, you have to burnish it with your bone folder. So make sure you burnish everything with your bone folder. Also, when you're folding these, there's 1, 2, 3 folds. So make sure that you've already put this down, the top part of your bag, because you want it to be really nicely creased. You have to really, really press on it to make sure that it stays folded, okay, down. So we'll start with this one here on the other side. Make sure that you press really hard on this side here too. And then again, you'll be pressing again. Okay. So you do the same thing with the 2 pieces. So you crease, you know, on both sides, making sure that you look at the way the paper is going, okay, the orientation of the paper. So again, there you make sure you press really hard when you're folding, okay, and make sure this piece is folded. That's the top part of the bag, okay. The next thing you're going to do, once it's all creased and it's all folded, okay, so, oh, and this part here, don't forget to fold it in, okay. This is just going to tell you where to stop, okay, it's going to be the bottom of your bag, like this, okay. All right, so there's just 2 cuts that you have to do right now. So the part that's small, you know, the small crease, there's on one part you've got 2 creases, 2 score lines, but on the one side that's only the 1 score line, you're going to cut right up to the first score line here. So you'll have this, right? And you'll do the same thing to the other side. Okay. Okay, what else did I want to say? Oh yeah. Okay, so this is your two places where you've cut. Now the top part, what I want you to do is unfold it. And again, the little part, you're going to take it completely off. And you're going to do the same thing on both pieces. Okay, so you remove this piece. Okay, so that you only have the one little piece missing here. But these you've cut. Don't cut the line in the middle. Okay, so you're just cutting on this one here. The second line in on this side. Okay. Also, like I said, you have to do the second piece too. So I'll remove this little piece at the top. Okay. And I've already done the cuts on both. All right. Okay, so I put back the sides down. So the way it goes is that the piece that's got the two, what you're going to do is that the two creases here, the 1 and 2. So what you're going to do is you're going to butt it to the other piece, and then you're going to have to put glue here. Okay. So your best bet, I find, it is you know, the Tombow glue. You can use tear and tape if you feel brave enough that you're not going to make a mistake, and you know, because you have to be able to, and don't put too much glue, but put it all the way down. Okay. And then you're ready to glue it. Okay. I think it's, you know, it's easier to butt it against with the Tombow glue, because then you're able to, you know, use your bone folder if you want, or anything that's sharp, not sharp, but that can add pressure. Okay. There we go. I'll put some little glue here. Okay. Here it's not, you're going to see that it's, the little piece inside was glued to this, but that's okay. Okay, that makes it stronger. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to be able to glue. Oops, wait a second. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to bring this part to this. You know, you glued it. Okay, so turn it inside out so that you see the inside of the bag. Okay, and the top is over here. Okay, so again, there you're going to put some glue on the small part, right all the way down. Okay, so then you're going to bring this part, okay, you glue it, and you press. I like to use my bone folder to press. Okay, all right, so now you should have the two parts this way, this, okay. So what you do is so this is the top part, then you turn it over, and then you put this part down, okay? But what I like to do is that I sort of gauge where it stops, so I like to go and put a little bit of glue on this part here. Ooh, I put too much, but anyways. All right, so I like to do this. And make sure that it doesn't go over both sides. So I like to turn it, like what I like to do is just turn it over for a bit, and then use my bone folder and just sort of tap the inside so that they do glue. The glue does work, okay? So now we're going to have this part. So what I like to do is actually, I like to use tear and tape for this part. And what you have to do is you have to put it like really close to the sides. Mind you, if you don't have tear and tape, it's all right. You can still use your glue. It'll also work. But just make sure that you put it just on the edge, okay? Just on the edge. And then I like to, as a reinforcement, I like to put a little bit of glue just on the part of the tabs that we weren't able to put glue a while ago. So then I remove the tear and tape, Okay. And then we're ready to glue it. So make sure that it lines up properly. Okay, whoops. I gotta stay in my camera view. Okay. So I just turn it over again, use my bone folder, and press so that it's nice and glued. So there you go. The bag is pretty well done, okay? So I like to squeeze it like this, put my finger inside and then squeeze it like this. Then I'm ready to put the decoration, okay? But before I even tie it with the ribbon, I want to put the decoration on first. So because I want to make sure, see that the flowers are nice and dry. So I like to, you can either just decide to put it on your bag, you know, without dimensionals, just put straight glue, you can. But I like to put dimensionals on them, so just to pop it up a little bit, just gives it a little bit more character. Okay. And one for the middle. So remove the dimensionals. And then I like to put it, I've decided, okay, we have to decide which one's going to be our front. This one's got a little thing kind of like going on over here. Like, you know, you can see this. You can either decide to take your scissors and just cut it, but I'm going to use that as my, I'm going to turn it around and use this as my front. So I decided like kind of center it. Okay. There we go. And I press, put my hand inside, press on it. Now I'm ready to tie it with the ribbon, right? So here we are with the ribbon, okay? I find that when you color it, gets a little bit stiff, but that's okay. It's easy. It's just as easy. It's easy, still easy to manipulate. And to tie it, what I usually like to use is I have these little, you can use like any kind of like clothespin or whatever, but I have these little pins here that I bought on Amazon, and they hold it while I am able to put the ribbon. But what I like to do is I like to use a glue dot. This is the front, so I'm going to put it in one glue dot in the back. So I like to use my bone folder to take it off. I sort of like put it in the middle. Okay, put it there. Whoops. So put the glue dot, find the middle of my ribbon, put it down, press, then I bring it to the front. And I tie it. Okay. Oh, I just love doing bows under my camera. Okay. It's kind of stiff, so. Okay, so there. No, not gonna work. Okay, this way, not this way. All right. Sorry, it's taking me so long to do the bow. Having trouble. It's hard when I have to be so far from myself. Usually I use my belly sometimes, you know, to hold it. Okay, here we go. I think I've got it. All right. Now where's my other part? Oh, you know what? I think I used the wrong ribbon to do this. Well, you know what? It's going to be just a knot today. It's just as pretty. So I'm going to cut it. Oh, not using my ribbon scissors. There. And there. And there you go. And there's your nice little bag. Have a great day.